Believe it or not, I have the quintessential classic Maynard Ferguson L. Hurt jet tone mouthpiece. Hey, I'm Kurt Thompson here, and you're in for a real big treat. Wow, I have the quintessential classic mouthpiece that people talked about for decades, especially back in the 60s and the 70s and a little bit of the 80s. It's the mouthpiece that once a kid got into junior high or in high school and needed to play some high notes, jet tone. Jet tone. Jet tone was the mouthpiece that everybody was pushing for playing high notes because of two famous people, Maynard Ferguson and Al Hurt, two heavyweight trumpet players known all over the world for very powerful, big, fat sounds. Maynard Ferguson and Al Hurt both at one time played on a jet tone. And so jet tone is a shallower mouthpiece. It's known for a mouthpiece, a commercial type mouthpiece, a lead type mouthpiece. It's not a symphonic kind of mouthpiece. And I remember, my story is, when was it? I think it was either my senior year in high school or maybe my freshman year in college. That's when I heard about jet tone, and I was so stoked to order this mouthpiece and get it in, and I was just like, dancing on air. I mean, that's how I was. I just couldn't wait. I just knew it was going to add 4 or 5 notes, or maybe that infamous double C that I've been trying to get and wasn't successful at. I'm here to tell you that I put in the jet tone mouthpiece, just like you see here, and I played up to a high C. And the high C got real difficult to play. Then nothing. I almost cried. I couldn't believe it. I played better on my 5C, higher anyway, and better than on the jet tone. I just didn't know what was going on. So anyway, that's my story. I got it thinking that was going to be it. I mean, I was going to just start killing it. And instead, I couldn't play higher on the jet tone compared to my 5C or 3C at the time, whatever it was. I actually played worse. Didn't know why. So the jet tone, and I'm not playing on a jet tone now either. So the jet tone is a very peculiar animal. I mean, first off, for those of you, this is going to be gold right here. Just watching and hearing what's going to come out of my mouth is going to be worth your time in watching this video right here. It's going to be gold. The jet tone, for a lot of people who don't know, has that Parduba double cup inside. And I got a Parduba double cup mouthpiece for review coming out. I don't believe it's already out yet, but anyway, if it is, well then you're already privy to that. But this has the characteristic of the Parduba double cup. You can put your finger in and feel it right there. For those of you who don't know what a double cup is, it's another ridge inside here. Like you have the rim and then the bowl, and then usually it just goes right into the throat. Well, in a double cup, you have the rim, the bowl, and then you got another kind of a ridge. They call that like the double cup, and then it goes into the throat. So this is gold right here. For those of you who did not know, and maybe even for those of you who love Parduba, you might owe it to yourself to go get you a jet tone mouthpiece. This is the JT-STB Classic Reissue. JT, S like Sam, T like Tom, B like boy, STB, JT, I'm assuming jet tone, right? So this model is a JT STB. In fact, you saw B on the mouthpiece. It's a classic reissue, and it does have that characteristic of the Parduba double cup mouthpiece. I've been kind of playing around with it, and it's kind of like I remembered, except for one thing. I noticed my tone is better in the middle register. Who would have thought, right? So I'm just going to play a little bit, let you hear it. And for those of you who are subscribers, you've been following me, you kind of already know how I sound on a lot of stuff. And so you'll notice that this one is not the best for me, but I'm still going to go ahead and play it. Even I'm just saying that I'm not going to sound the best. It seems like it shuts down my high range, same kind of issues. And we'll talk about that in just a second. So first, some mid-range stuff. I actually like the vibrancy and the sound that I'm getting in the middle register, maybe even a little bit as I go into the lower register. In fact, it even sounds better than my Bob Reeves Custom in that register, at least just right now. Now, as I try to go higher, let's just do some classic Maynard licks. Let's do maybe a little bit of the Gospel John. Do you notice the strain, and it's like pushing? It's like you're pushing a car right over a hill. Your car stalled, you had to get out and push it with some buddies, and that's how I feel going up to the double G, which usually is, I can warm up on a double G, to be honest, folks. I mean, this mouthpiece makes me feel not so much. So, and I think I know the reason. I have asymmetrical lips, with the bottom lip of mine being pretty fleshy, pretty puckered and thick. The top lip being about average or below average, maybe even a little thinner. I think that kind of screws with the type of player that this mouthpiece is best for. So if you have average to thinner lips to very thin lips, this just may be the holy grail for mouthpieces for you. If your lips are a little bit asymmetrical like mine, or if you have big old meaty lips like Cat Anderson did, or somewhere in between, you might not fare too well on the jet tone mouthpiece. So I can play another high note lick for you to show you that there's a strain, the vibrancy is not there. What else can we do here? You hear the strain? It's like I'm really trying to play. I feel like I'm in a closet trying to blow, and I feel like someone's smashing the horn against my lips. So you've heard two things now, above high C, and for those of you who know my playing, you know that I don't normally sound like that. I mean, to be honest, again, I'll say it one more time. I can wake up, pull this horn out with my mouth, my Bob Reeves Customs, and warm up and sound better than that. And that's the God's honest truth. So let's take maybe one more example in the mid register again. Birdland. again, I seem to sound better on the jet tone in the middle register. Maybe even better than my current mouthpiece. So there's a vibrancy for me right in there. I think it's a beautiful, gorgeous, resonant tone for me in that register, but you know, most of the time I don't hang out in that register for very long. So this is the classic reissue that you can now get on Amazon. I'm going to put the link in the description. Again, this could be the mouthpiece for you, just depending. First off, if you're a Parduba lover, or if you've ever played a Parduba mouthpiece and you loved it, you just might like this double cup feel. If you have thicker than average lips, or very thick lips, very meaty lips, you probably don't want to waste your time getting this. You're probably not going to do that well. I'm already having trouble, and you can see my lips aren't the meatiest, but still I'm having problems. If you have average to slightly thinner than average lips to very thin lips, I mean, this could be gold for you. This could be a night and day experience. You get it and you gain 5 or 6 notes on your range. So this is the classic reissue jet tone mouthpiece. I hope you enjoyed my review and my take on it. It's as honest as I can be, and I figure that's honest, right? Some of you are going to fall in love with this, and the rest of you are going to still keep hunting mouthpieces, but you owe it to yourself to at least get it and check it out and try it. I think it's worthy of that. So I'm Kurt Thompson. I hope you enjoyed this review. By the way, I didn't even have the idea to get this mouthpiece at all to review, except I had so many of you over the last year or two when I've been soliciting questions and ideas for video reviews. This mouthpiece came up over and over again. Do you have a jet tone? Are you playing on a jet tone? Could you do some demonstrations on a jet tone? These kinds of questions have come up over the last couple of years, enough so that it gave me the idea to go ahead and get this mouthpiece, and that's where you're seeing it right now. I'm Kurt Thompson, TrumpetSizzle.com. If you enjoyed this and the other 1,000 videos that I have for YouTube that I've done for you for free, get over there. I think you're right over there. There's a little red button, right? Or maybe it's right there. Yeah, a little red rectangular button that says subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe. You'll get more updates and notifications of cool videos like this. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.